Ready?
Yep.
All right, so around 1:45 today, an individual drove his RV into the Calvin Rampton complex. As he went through the structure, an employee who was sitting behind bulletproof glass observed him drive through. She also observed a flash and heard a gunshot. So he was obviously a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Our trooper, Sergeant Todd Royce, rushed out and noticed the individual had a gunshot wound to the head, rendered aid, called for medical. Medical arrived. They transported this individual, who we know who he is, but for this purpose we won't release his information because family are still being notified. And he was taken to the hospital, in which he is still there right now. We do know that there was no explosive devices within the vehicle. The vehicle was cleared by the Unified Fire Authority. Unified PD is investigating this incident for us. The reason why I'm giving the interviews in the media is because UPD obviously is mourning the loss of one of our brothers in law enforcement, and they're kind of tied up right now, so we're taking care of that. The other information that we've learned is that this individual did have a conflict with the driver's license division, in which he had a DUI arrest, which he was trying to have them repeal that sanction on his suspended license. They upheld the suspension, which caused him some conflict. So we know that there was a conflict with that. Investigators are still tracking down that information. We don't have a full picture of that right now. We know that he did not enter the building today, but we do know that he had some correspondence with some driver's license employees. And as far as threats or threatening manners, we just don't know that at this point. We just know that he had contact with the driver's license office earlier today.
Some people might say attempted suicide over a suspended license. Is that really the only thing that may have caused this?
You know, it's hard to tell because, of course, we can't talk to him, but, you know, suicide, tragic thing, and I have no idea what was going through his mind at the time of his actions.
And it survived still, right?
Yeah, right.
Can you talk about his path into the building behind us?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, you have a half moon parking lot in front of the office. So we actually went the opposite direction of this half moon driveway and then traveled up the sidewalk, probably ranged between 15 and 20 miles an hour in that short distance, and you know, got as far as the doors as we could. And then that's when he took his life.
Or tried to take his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how recent that appeal was?
I don't. The only thing I know is that the email came in today to the driver's license division office. I don't know the date of the DUI arrest or the date of the appeal. I don't even know when he had a chance to meet with the driver's license division office about this conflict, but I do know that the email came in sometime today.
Just your thought on this was some apparent, deliberate act driving in, given a variety of frustrations, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's hard to say what's in the state of mind, but yeah, it's definitely a deliberate act. Looks like it's definitely targeted towards the conflict he had with the office, and grateful that nobody in the office was hurt, grateful that he didn't. Of course, our worst nightmare is that he would come out and endanger our employees' lives. Grateful for Sergeant Royce's quick response to the situation, and so all in all, you know, our employees were taken care of and they were safe and protected, and that's really our goal.
Is this going to result in some sort of review of building security?
Sure, absolutely. Every time we have an incident, no matter what it is, even when the shooter was down there in the West Valley Police Department, we started to put bulletproof glass in our station. So yeah, we're going to review things.
And did we find anything else in the RV that was of interest?
You know, the investigators did find some materials in there, nothing explosive in nature. Of course, you have a gun because he used that to inflict his self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So that, other than that, there's really nothing of significance.
You mentioned a phone call as well. Is that confirmed that there was a phone call he made today as well?
The investigators are tracking that down, but he may have made a phone call to the driver's license division office as well. And that will be more forthcoming when it's all wrapped up into the package.
Any idea when we'll know what his name is?
Yes.
Later tonight?
Well, if this individual, if he asks you, passes away, and the family members are notified, then that's when we'll release the name. But we absolutely know who he is. And most likely tomorrow morning, Sergeant Todd Royce will be given information to that regard and can get it out to the media.
Do you know if he has any, other than the suspended license for DUI, does he have?
We haven't checked in the criminal history on him. I don't know that UPD has as well, so maybe tomorrow we'll have a little bit more information.
We just got some
Do you have a chance to know if he has any other connections to any of the other agencies headquartered here?
No, not that we know of.
Called away right now.
Colonel Danny Pierre, thank you very much for your time. All right, just wrapping up here. We hear that it was a man who was had a conflict with the driver's license division after a DUI arrest. His license was suspended. He was trying to have that appealed. As you can see, the construction workers are still trying to fix the damage that he did. He bolted his RV straight into the door, and an employee heard the gunshot, so he shot himself after driving through the door. Crazy situation here in Taylorsville, but no other people were hurt, and the man apparently is still alive. He attempted suicide. Apparently is part of a conflict with the driver's license division. He's trying to get his driver's license renewed or reinstated. So that's the scene from here. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay safe, everybody.